Today we're covering the lightweight topics of prices, inventory, and rates here on Today in Mortgages. Welcome back, Dream Makers, to the show where we're talking about what's real, what's hype, and what you should be paying attention to out there in the news of real estate and mortgages today. I'm riding solo today, and we are going to be talking about a couple of different things, and it's all getting pulled from an article. Morningstar makes a bold call that housing market affordability will be restored by 2025. Here's how. And if you want to read this article, you can actually pick it up in Forbes, or it got syndicated in Yahoo Finance. We'll link that below. But I want to run through a few things real fast that you'll find in this article. It says there's 3 levers that can help ease housing affordability heading forward. Those 3 things are falling mortgage rates, falling home prices, or rising incomes. And we know that some of those things are happening in the market right now. We've seen a little bit of a correction in home prices, but of course, we have not seen falling mortgage rates yet. Morningstar is painting a pretty rosy picture here. And when we're talking about rates, that was one of the 3 factors that they cited, and those 3 factors that we know to be true in housing affordability. They think that rates, their predictions are that rates by the end of 2023 will sink down to 6.25, a little bit lower than what we see now. And then here's where it gets really rosy. By the end of 2024, we're at 5%, and then 2025, we're back down to 4%. And they also predicted that existing home prices are going to decline by around 6% to 4%, and that's as measured of the peak in mid-2022 to sometime near the end of 2024. So we've seen a little bit of that correction coming. They're calling it a mild correction. We've talked about here on the show that that's happening differently in different places. Certain markets are hotter than others. Certain markets have dropped off quite a bit more than that. But I said that this is a pretty rosy picture, I think, that Morningstar is predicting, and here's where the article gets interesting and gives a little bit of an honest twist, in my opinion. On a more conservative measure, Moody's Analytics expects that the mortgage rate to drift down to 6% by late 2024 as compared to 5% is what Morningstar predicted, so that's a whole percentage difference. And then by the end of 2025, that number would be at 5.5%. on average, which is a whole 1.5 above where Morningstar predicts. So why are we talking about this? If you're looking for answers on where rates are going to be, if your customers are looking for where rates are going to be at the end of this year, at the end of next year, and in 2025, you're in the wrong place. No one can predict that. And so again, why are we talking about this? The point is we don't know, right? The point is you don't know. We can make our best guess, we can analyze the market, but when we're talking to our buyers, we're talking to our customers, there's really no way to know for sure what the market's going to do. We didn't know the pandemic was coming. We didn't know that we were going to see the lowest rate environment and the highest demand and a 40% increase in home prices in 2020, 2021. We just didn't know, and we really don't know what's going to happen in the next 3 years like this article is trying to predict. And so what does that mean for you? And there's 3 things that are important that we are coaching our people to do, and that is 1, know the market. So know these things, understand what's happening today in the market, and think about the future, but don't rely on the future. And you need to know the market so you can talk to your buyers about it. And that's the second thing, is to know your buyers, know where they are at in their financial journey, in their home buying journey, so that whenever it comes time to coach them through that home buying experience, you know their numbers, you know the best way to advise them in a way that is going to not only get them into the house they want, but also steer them into the house that they can afford reasonably, that's going to make them want to come back to you in the future and say, man, this loan officer, this real estate agent really coached me through this in a way that set me up to be in a house that I love, but also be in a house that is not going to stretch me where I'm going to be miserable. And so knowing your buyers and knowing your products, and this is a really big deal right now for us to be able to coach our people into products, into scenarios that are going to set them up for the best success to get into the house they love, like we talked about, get into the house they can afford, like we talked about, but also get into that house in the best way possible and to win their offers, because we are seeing those multiple offer situations again in some markets. So knowing these three things and presenting them in the way that your buyers can understand, having the heart of a teacher as you're coaching your buyers, your borrowers through their home buying journey, you'll be setting yourself to invest in winning tomorrow, in the future, in the years to come, despite what's happening in the market today. We always talk about it here on the show. There's always people who are wanting and willing to buy. It's coaching them through knowing and being the expert that they can rely on so that they are coming to you again and again in the future, telling their friends and family about you. And that's the way we are investing in tomorrow to win in our business today. So another way you can do that, I want to remind you guys that we have a free marketing resource out there. It's 5 marketing must to get ahead in a high rate environment while the market is down. So go check that out at todayandmortgages.com/marketing to get that free resource. Thanks for watching and listening. If you liked the content, give it a like and subscribe. We really appreciate that. And we'll see you next time on Today in Mortgages. Today in Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.